Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. We're going to be kicking into the July 4th weekend. Actually, July 4th week. That's tomorrow. Ask for what you want. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everyone has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 98, NASDAQ up 58, S&P's up 13. That being said, bottom line, folks, is that the bulls and bears, they were fighting like crazy, and the market really didn't hold. We had the SPY get up to 271.75. You closed out at 270.91. Bottom line is that you really get a sideways move out here. Percentage-wise, what you do have inside the S&Ps, S&Ps are up 0.6%. NASDAQ was up 0.8. Dow was up 0.4. We take a look at the Dow Industrials, same type of setup inside the Dow. Dow Industrials, they had got up to a price point today of 24,308. And bottom line gave up about 80, 90 points, in the last, from the highs to the lows today. So you really also have a sideways move there. Now, because we're coming into the end of the week, what you're going to see, all these charts are setting up that unless you can get an expansion tomorrow on price in a huge way, bottom line is that you're going to see that the NASDAQ, S&Ps, Dow, you come off the highs, and in the NASDAQ's case, we are inside the lower range. The lower range being the 7,500. Right now, you're at 7,503. So you're outside it by three pennies. If we take a look at the cash S&P, how the cash S&P set up, now this baby, thus far is topped out in January. And what you do have here is that the cash S&P, anything below 2742, basically was saying that, guess what, you are also in the lower range there. And the problem with the cash S&P, folks, goes like this, is that we've had many sectors, many of the equities already hit your February 9th high volume swing low. Some of them basically held. Google held, went back topside. The financials did not hold. FedEx just came down, just blew it out. And on the S&P, we're talking about 2532. So you're talking about a monster number. You're talking about 170 points from where we are right now. And I expect that number is going to get hit. Gold contract, bottom line coming into a Friday. This is going to be, we'll see what kind of problem we have. Gold contract has been a one-way move down since April. April, we were at 1365. You're at 1249. And we have a high volume, well, it's not a high volume swing low, but the swing low out here is 1236. So 1236 very well could be game tomorrow. And if we go over to the dollar and just look at the correlation inside the dollar, what you're going to see is this. The dollar has been on a one-way move up. What has happened is that the dollar, keeps testing this 95 area. The 95 area goes back to October of 2017. Now, this number is really important. The reason being is that if we bust through this number and, with some force, but bottom line, it's been trying to do it. If we take a look at it, we've been up at this number now for 6 weeks. It had only traded there for 3 weeks in October and November of 2017, then gave it up. That's when the dollar ended up. That was the first counter trend bounce the dollar had since January of 2017. And then the dollar basically couldn't hold 95 and ends up trading down to 88. The reason this is so important is that there's not much, if this blows it away, there's not much to stop it because of the route down inside the dollar. When you basically take out a level and you've had such a route down, well, guess what? You can go up just as quick. So it's a big number out here. Silver market had broken out of its consolidation yesterday. We take a look at the silver market. Silver market was down 1.1%. And we get a little problem inside the silver market, too. If I take a look at the continuous contract, we pull up the continuous contract. What you're going to see inside the continuous contract is that we can get down to 15.55. That's your next swing point down there. Then we have a spike low of $15.15. So both those numbers, it looks like they're going to, the market itself wants to go after those numbers. GDX, different ball game. It's pretty amazing that the GDX is actually holding up again. You know, so someone basically is buying into the gold stocks. There's no doubt about that. Each and every time you get another pullback, you get a rejection of lower price. Your spread inside the GDX is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, what that means, okay, when you're looking at it, that's what you like to see when you're basically getting at lows. You know, the spread, the tightness of it gets much tighter. It winds up, and, you know, we'll see whether we can get some traction in it. On a weekly basis, you're going into 326 million, and thus far, we're only down 104. You know, what we certainly need, though, is just not the lighter volume. We need the rejection of lower price as you come into that level. Notes, bonds, the TLT, it looks to me like we're going to get some action topside in the bond market tomorrow. And if that's what we get, those S&Ps are going to be going south, too. Reason for that, the TLT refuses to back off its high volume swing high. Hasn't hit it yet. You're right next to it, though. We're laying right next to the $122.52. We hit $122.24 today. You get next to it like that, that looks to me like it wants to go after it again. Now, if we break this level and you have some juice behind it, you're going to talk about you could really get some juice going, because the next level inside the TLT is all the way up to 128. So it's certainly a big, excuse me, folks. It's certainly a big number. The 10-year yield right now, 2.84. That's where we're at. Some of the other higher, Tesla. So Tesla out here today. There's going to be a lot of action with Tesla next week, folks. Bottom line, the quarter is ending. Musk is going to have to come out with a statement if, in fact, he can start if he's building 5,000 Model 3s a week. That's going to be next week, and we'll find out one way or the other. We have the Dow Industrials. That finished up 98, NASDAQ up 58, S&P's up 14.5. We'll come right back.